No sé. ¿Necesitas algodón? ¿Necesitas algodón? Sí.
Y la interview era en efectivo. Se buscaron un comprar a bombón y no sé dónde se efectivo.
¿Me los transfieres para yo volver a...
¿Tienes?
Siempre tengo, yo hago recargas en efectivo por eso.
Ya.
Me lo transfieres para poder...
¿No tienen pago móvil?
Sí.
Pues,
Pero me transfieres 22 porque con 20 no hago nada de recarga. Y ahora silencio que voy al webinar de los viernes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Alicia, and I'm going to be giving the webinar today. Today, we're going to see how to use our templates, how to create templates. Remember that when you send a contract through REFX, the contract goes out with a cover email. That cover email, the system has a default one, a very simple one saying, hey, I'm interested in your property located at, but you can create your own one. Let's go and see how to do that. If you have any questions at any moment during the webinar, just go ahead and type your questions in the chat section or in the question section, and I'll be happy to answer it as soon as I see them. So we go to templates on the left side. The last icon on the screen is templates. We have different kinds of templates. We have email templates. This is the email, like I said, the email that goes out with your contract as a cover email. You can also create templates for just to send out an email, not with your contract, but just an email. You can create text messages if you have professional dialer. Those of you that have Platinum do not have the option to send out text messages, but you can create also templates for text messages. The system will send out text messages to any contact that has a mobile phone register in the contact information. You can create fax templates, and you can create letter templates. The templates for letters, the letters are the ones that you would print out if you're doing a mailing campaign that is through regular mail. So let's begin with our email template. Let's look for the default one and let me show you what it says. This is the REFX default template. It's a very simple template, just interesting offer and property, and the system uses these variables. I'll show you where you find those variables so that each email, each text message, or whatever template you create, you use the variables included in the system so that the system will be able to personalize according to the information of the property that you are working with, the information on that property. So if you see, this is a variable for property address. So the address of this property will be filled out here. This is the variable for property city. It will put in the city of the property you're sending, and property zip code. Here you see the variable for agent nickname. That is, the system will take his first name. So if his name is John Smith, it will say Dear John. So let's create a new one and see how that works. And click here on the top right and add template, this plus sign here, click says add. So I'll select that one. First of all, I give the template a name. This name has to be this template needs to be a name for you to know what the template is about. So when you are in the Moodle for sending out your contracts or sending out your emails, you can just look at the names of the templates and know what each one is about, and you can choose the one that you need. So let's, in this case, I'm just going to put webinar template. First, what the subject of line of your emails will have. So offer, let's put check out my offer on property. And like I said, we start using the variables. Where I find these variables, I can either click here in this little arrow here or click here on where it says variables. If I click on that, it will open all this. It will open a window with all the variables available here. You see, just scroll through them and use the ones that you need. In this case, I'm going to look for the one for property address. They're in alphabetical order, so you can scroll down up to the P's and put property address. Oh, missing a space there, so let's put the space. Let's put a comma there and space again and look for property city. Missing the space again. And let's put zip code. Property zip code. Property zip code. Property zip code. Here it is. Okay, so that's my subject line. The system will automatically fill out the information on the property that I'm working with and fill in its address, city, and zip code. Then I start typing in whatever I want to type in. Hello, or dear, or however you want to start your email. Here I can use the case, I'm going to create one for properties for sale, so I'll use agent nickname. If I was creating one for buy owners, I would look for the owner's name. Here we have owner's name, but in this case, I'm just going to stick with agent's nickname. And I start typing in my email. Let's interested in your property located at. In the body of the text, I can also use the variable located at property address. Please find attached offer contract offer contract. I uh, Here I can either type in my name, company, phone number, but I can also use variables for that. If variables would be used if you use when you set up your contracts, you have the option to set up two contacts, two set of names. For example, if you buy under your name and buy under a company's name, and sometimes use one or sometimes use the other one. I'll show you. We'll see in a little bit where that is set up. So if I use the variables for contact, that is the information the system will take. Contact name, contact phone. But if you always buy under your name, you can just go ahead and type in your name here directly. This is helpful when you change from one buyer to another, and depending on what transaction you're doing. Okay, once you have everything set up, I can click here and save. Template was successfully saved. Actually, it's a very easy one. Let's see, the text messages work exactly the same. Again, we have a default one. It says, hello, agent. I sent you an awesome offer on property address. Check it out and let me know if you agree. The text messages from the system, from ReFX, do not go out through your phone. They actually go out through the email that you set up in settings email. They go out through your Gmail account. So if you want them to answer you to a specific phone number, you would have to put in the body of the text that phone number. Please answer back to 888-349-5368. That's our phone number. You would actually have to include it in the body of the text. They'll receive it as a regular text message on their phone, but it will not be related to any phone number. They'll see that it comes from Gmail. Fax templates, again, they work exactly the same. If you have to be able to use the fax um, option in the system, you have to have a fax app in your computer. That is, there is fax apps. You can Google them and subscribe to them, and they will give you the fax app system will give you all the credentials needed to set up your fax in the computer in your ReFX account. Then we have the letter templates. Again, it works just the same. Let's create one. In this case, I'm going to edit the one I have here. Let's letter, I'm going to edit this one. Okay, as you see, this actually works pretty much the same as Word. You can change the font. Let's put here, let's change this font to Impact. Let's put it bigger. Let's change the background color. Put it here. Let's change the text color. Not leave it as it is. I can use bold or italic. Also in the text, I can include images. Here we have inserting and editing images. If in our help section, there's a short video on how to include images in your templates. You actually have to use a an online app to create your images and turn them into links. You can only put links into here, so you actually, in this case, we use, well, I use Postmaster. This is the app I use to post images. The one I use. I just look for the image in my files. Let's see, I don't remember if I have one here. Let's check. Documents. If I could see. VFX. Here we have VFX Skyline. And I select this one, the direct link, and I close my VFX account. So let's go back to my VFX account. Settings, let's log back in and go back to my template so I can template. I was in my letter template. I was in this mobile foreclose and click and add. No, was I was going to edit this one. This is the link I got from my post image. Okay. And there I have my image. If you have any questions about putting images in your account, just remember we have the live chat here, this little blue bubble on the bottom left corner is just a live chat. You can ask any quick questions through there when you're working during the day. Just go ahead and open that and ask any quick questions. Our customer service personnel is available from 9 in the morning till 6 in the afternoon. We'll answer your questions and help you during that time. And but if you're working after hours or on weekends, just go ahead and open it anyways. Type in your question and send it, and we'll see it the next morning and answer you first thing in the morning as soon as we see it. So let's close this again. So once you have your template just as you want it, you can change the format. You can put it to the left. Actually, I like it centered. Paragraph. You can, like I said, it actually works like any regular word processor. And click on save. You can set one as default if there is a particular template that you create that's the one that you actually want to send out every time, or at least most of the time. You can set it as your default template so you won't have to select it each time you send it. In this case, I'll leave it as no and save. Okay, now I'm going to go to my settings and my documents and show you where that contact name that I was talking about comes from. Went to settings, documents, I'll open one of my contracts, and here I have myself as a buyer. Actually, I also have myself as the buyer too. You have option one and option two. That is, if your negotiation should do it under your name, just go ahead and put your name and contact information here. If you sometimes do it under a company's name or on a partner of yours is the one that signs, you can put the second option here. And you can activate or deactivate either one of them at the moment of sending. And this is the information that that variable I put in my template takes. This is the contact name that it takes. This is the contact address that it takes. As for my phone numbers, that is another question. That comes from here, account. I went to my little house on the top where that takes me to my control panel. I click on account, and here I have personal data and profile data. The personal data, just as its name says, is personal. This is your information, your personal information. That's something that you put in when you sign up with REFX. But the profile information, this is the information the system uses to fill out those variables that you use. This is your profile name, your contact name, your email, your contact phone, company, and fax. So when you're creating your templates and using the variables available to create templates, this is where the system will take the information to fill out those variables. Let's go back to settings and open a contract. If you ever edited one of your contracts, you'll see you actually have those same variables that you use in the templates available in your contract manager to fill out your contract. That's actually how it works. These are the variables. you click here, you'll see that's actually the same variables that we have over there. This is how the variables in either place, either in my templates and in my contracts or any additional documents, is how the system knows how to fill out my information, how to populate and where to get the information I want to be populated into my contracts or into my emails, my letters, or my text messages. I have a question here from Lainey. Lainey, you are asking what size. I'm sorry, I hadn't seen the question before. Could you tell me what size of what? What size of photos? Actually, it depends on the size of the images or the pictures or the whatever that you put in your templates. Let me close this and go back over there. Close this also and go back to templates. Let me go back to here. The size is actually something, it doesn't have any limit for size. It's just the app that you use to upload it, and when you are putting it actually in, let's click here and edit and actually putting it in, insert image. Here gives you, let's take this off and put in here. Okay. Constraint portion. So I can put the image. See, I didn't put anything now, and it actually just took the size of the image that I actually put in. And let's click on OK now. And then you can just drag it and open it up or whatever. So the answer is the image that you put in, there is no limit on the size. The limit on the size will be put by the image that you're actually bringing in. And at the moment of uploading, if you just unclick the constraint proportions, it will actually just put in the dimensions of the actual image that you were using. Do we have any other questions? Actually, creating our templates is very simple. Just like I said, it's like any regular word processor. I can change my format, my paragraph. I change my font, the size of my font. I can use italic, underline, cross out, alignment to the left, to the center. I can put in a background color or a text color. Make sure you use all the variables in any information that has to be personalized for each one of the sendings. And other than that is actually just start playing around and using whatever you want. How do I retrieve my templates when I want to send? Let's go to that. Let's close here and let's go to my follow-up and actually select a property. Let's select one that has a offer price. I'm just going to select this one and click on send document. Here I have to select first of all the contract that I'm going to send, if I'm going to send a contract. I can send out also additional documents without contract. I can create a template for that. For example, you send your contract with only the lead-based paying and not the proof of funds, and you send the proof of fund after once they ask for it. So you would have come back here. I'm sorry, my internet went out for a little bit. I'm very sorry, I'm back. I was telling you where do we go to retrieve those templates that we created. I go to my follow-up at the moment of sending contract. I select the property I'm going to send contract to, click on send contract or send text message or send email. I'm going to send contract here. I can send out my contract. I have to select which contract I want to send out if you have more than one contract uploaded into your system. I can send out, remember that I can send out an email or a additional document without the contract. If I send my offer with a lead-based paying, for example, but did not send out my proof of fund at that moment and they requested, I can come here, select the property, select without contract, and now send them only the proof of funds. That would be one of the special things that you have to create a template for. In this, I don't believe I have one created, but let me show you. So I select without contract, I select proof of funds, I click on email. Here I get this will show me the email that I have by default. I can click here and manage templates and look for the template for the email I created. This one is the one we created right now. In this case, I'm going to send only proof of funds. You should, if you're going to work that way, should create a template that says, here is the proof of funds requested for my offer on property, whatever. So I select from the list. Remember, I told you to give a name to your template on something so that you could recognize and know which one to use. This is the one we just created, webinar template test. Click on load. Here it is. And click on send. Actually, I'm not going to click on send because I would actually be sending it and I'm not going to make an offer on this property. But this is where you would click on send and actually send it out. What I have another question here. What do E, P, and A stand for? Here. Remember, in most places in ReFX, if you put your cursor on top of the things, it will actually show you what it means. E is EMD, earnest money deposit. Proof, P is POF or proof of funds, and A for additional documents. So this is a lead-based paint that's an additional proof of funds. Of course, this is a proof of fund. This will tell the system that you actually send those documents out. So when you go to your follow-up, that is how these little circles get checked. You see, this one is for C for contract. The ones that are checked is because I already sent a contract to those properties. The P is for proof of funds. The ones that have checked is because I have sent a proof of funds. The E is for EMD, like I said, earnest money deposit. Addendum is could be the lead-based paint or the short sale addendum or the Fannie Mae addendum. And the last one for offer received, this one is actually one that you have to fill out yourself. Once you receive an answer from your client, off, on the offer you send, you click on the O, put in whatever answer they gave you, and click on save, and that little offer received circle will be checked. Any other questions? Like I said, just remember that we're available from 9 in the morning till 6 in the afternoon in our live chat. If you have further questions or need to learn or are not clear on how to use any of the features on your system, the best way is to schedule a one-on-one online coaching. Just give us a call or through a live chat or an email, schedule a coaching with us. They're completely free, so you can schedule as many as you need to get to know how to use your system and get the best out of it. So it was a pleasure working with all of you today. I hope all of you have a great weekend, and we'll see you all back here next Friday. Bye.